Hey there, it's Diane Forster, and welcome to I Have Today, where we talk about the art of intentional living. And the show is all about inspiring, empowering, and educating you through life's transitions. All right, well, we have a very special episode for you today because we are getting ready to wrap up the year and move into a new year. And I want you to have this next year of your life be the most powerful, abundant, incredible year of your life. So, our title for today's show is How to Get Ahead in Love, with Money, and Your Health. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to talk about what's actually happening in this next upcoming year. This next upcoming year is an 8 number, and I'm going to talk all about what that means. And that is an accelerator year. So we're going to talk about what you can do to really play to win in this next coming year. And I'm going to share some strategies with you on how to do that in all 3 of those areas. We're going to cover love, we're going to cover money, and we're going to cover health. So if this year has had some wins, some highs for you, I'm sure it has. And if it has had some lows for you and things that didn't work out, I'm sure it has as well. Why don't we turn those around so that you're the most empowered you can be, tapping into all the resources that are available for you in this next upcoming year. That is an 8 year, which in numerology and astrology is a very, very powerful year. I'm going to share that with you in just a minute. All right. So where you can catch our show, we are on E360 TV. We are streaming right now live, and we are also streaming on many other platforms. We're on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on YouTube, on Twitter, and you can find us at our home on E360 TV. We have, at I Have Today, we have hundreds of episodes for you. So every one of these episodes is about giving you the tools and resources you need to transform and change your life into what you want to be, because you are the deliberate creator of your life. So if this is your first time here, I want to say welcome. Thanks so much for being here. And if you've been here before, I want to say welcome back. Every week on the show, we have an intention statement, and that is our way of anchoring in everything that we're going to talk about today for an entire week. And that's so that you can continue to have the momentum to make the progress in your life that turns into lasting, permanent change. So our intention statement for this week is, I have today to play the game of life and win. Now, whether you realize this or not, we are living in consciousness. We are living in the matrix, that this quote unquote 3D reality is not really reality at all. And so, not to go too far off in the woo-woo, although if you're watching me, this probably resonates with you, but maybe you're new to this concept. But we are all a part of the universe. We came from the universe. We are one. There is no separation. There is only one. Hey, Victoria, thanks so much for popping in to listen. All right. Yes, you want to be the most abundant you can be in this upcoming year. So excited about that. So what we want to do is be aware of that number one, there is no separation. You are God, and God is you. There is no separation. You are a deliberate creator, all powerful, almighty, infinite intelligence with unlimited possibilities and potential. And we forget that in our day-to-day life, in the 3D reality of the world, because of all the messages coming at us, 70,000 impressions a day, bombarding us, telling us what's going on in the world, how we're supposed to think, how we're supposed to feel, how we're supposed to react. And the truth of the matter is, when you get deliberate and intentional about how you want to live and how you want to feel, that is way more empowering. And it's actually easier than you think, which is why I said play the game of life and win, because I want you to have fun with this. I want you to play with this, and I am going to help you today. So make sure you stay till the very end, because I'm going to share some powerful tips with you on strategies, how you could get crystal clear about what it is exactly you want to manifest into your life in this next year. All right. So with our intention statement, what the team does is they create beautiful graphics for you. There it is right there on the screen. This is also available on my Instagram page at Diane Forster Official. If you go to my profile, you'll see a little button that says intention statements. That is already there. So pick up your phone, take a screenshot of it, and use that as your screensaver this week to remind you, as we are closing out this year and getting ready to enter the new one, how deliberate you want to be in gamifying your life and playing to win, especially in these three key areas of love, money, and health. We're going to focus on all of those. All right. Now, before I do that, we're going to hear a word from our sponsor, the Spifter, and then I'm going to share an article with you as we get into this content, exactly what a universal 8-year means and how you can really capitalize and maximize on that. So we're going to do that in just a minute, but first let's hear a word from our sponsor, the Spifter. This week's episode of I Have Today is brought to you by the Spifter. The Spifter is a fun sifting spoon that makes cooking, baking, and decorating with sugars and spices so much fun. No more mess or wasting your spices. It's fast, clean, and easy. Everything looks and tastes delicious. It's also great for straining loose tea, getting pesky broken cork out of your wine glass, and draining liquid off food like olives and capers. Whether you're a novice cook or a gourmet chef, you'll love the results. The Spifter, the kitchen gadget that no kitchen should be without. All right, so make sure you grab your Spifter at Amazon. So, okay. All right, so here's what I want to start with first. I want to share with you, I found this article by a woman named Felicia Bender, who's a numerologist. She's on social media. So Felicia, I am shouting out to you. Thanks for this great article. It was super helpful. So this is what she said in the article, that the ultimate expression of the 8 universal year is sheer empowerment, manifestation, and infinite abundance. You know that 8 is the infinity sign, right? So this is so powerful moving into 2024, all right? So it's known, the universal year is an accelerator, okay? It's an accelerator, which I think that, did we create a graphic for that, team? Share that right now. So this 8 universal year is a time to make intentional moves. With a focus on the material aspects of life, we can take direct and powerful leaps forward to manifest our dreams and get paid doing it, right? This is such a great time in history to be self-empowered. This is I'm not reading from the article right now. I'm just elaborating on this. So if you've been in creator mode and building mode, especially over the last couple of years, this next year is your time to get your work out there, to launch it, to put it out into the world, okay? 8 is the ultimate power number, representing abundance on the highest level. Get ready for a year of power plays with a spotlight on money, control, and authority. And notice she said power plays, and I had play to win in here. Let's make this fun. Let's gamify all of this. Remember, we are deliberate creators. We can have anything that we want, whatever we set our intentions to, our thoughts, our feelings, our words, our actions are responsible for everything that's showing up in our lives. So we're going to have a lot of fun with this. You are too. So how to harness the energy of the 8 universal year? Here's what she says. Fierce determination will be required as we enter this 3-year global shift. Old systems may crumble while new ones emerge, and that is happening already. An 8 universal year can feel hectic and daunting at times. Remind yourself often that these changes are necessary in order to pave the way for progress. So don't let you see the crumbling of certain systems, organizations, processes, governments, institutions. things start crumbling, we're in a massive shift of change. And in order to create new, the old has to die and fall away. Okay. Now, to make the most of this year, get clear and serious, which I'm going to help you with today. An 8 universal year brings tons of opportunities to expand and reach new heights. You can also expect to be driven way out of your comfort zone, forced to step up or get stepped on. Okay. This is the key. If you are watching this, you have to get out of your comfort zone. I just hosted a 3-day event and I shared one of the chapters from this book, U Squared by Price Pritchett. I read this book every year. And so we actually are going to have a link to get this book. I highly encourage you guys to go on our site, get this book. Okay. I read it every year because it changed my life. And so sometimes I read it multiple times. But here's what I'm going to say. I'm going to read out of this because it's so powerful. Oh, thanks for saying the event was awesome, Victoria. Get uncomfortable. So here's what Price says. Quantum leaps jerk you out of your comfort zone. Prepare yourself for a pretty wild ride. You're going to cover some unfamiliar terrain and encounter obstacles you've never faced before. It can feel like a safety chain linking with you with behavioral patterns that worked in the past is being stretched to the limit. At times, you may wonder if the situation is about to spin out of control. The normal reaction is to want to hold on tightly, but you're going to have to learn to let go. U squared is achieved through release. So turn loose if you want to jump. Don't be surprised if you grow uneasy. That's a predictable part of the process. When you take a quantum leap, you ride the situation, but you don't really control it that much. In fact, the only way you control it is by 1, knowing where you're going, which I'm going to help you with today. 2, continuing the pursuit. And 3, learning from your mistakes, which we're also going to cover today. So I just wanted to cover part of that chapter with you, because if you want to change your life exponentially and you want to tap into all the available energy, what's going on with the astrology and numerology of an 8-year, an accelerator year, an abundance year, you're really going to have to take a look at some things. You're going to have to let go of what doesn't work and be open to stepping into a new level of power, which I'm going to help you with. Part of the reason why things haven't worked out in the past or you haven't manifested things yet is because, number 1, you're not 100% crystal clear on what it is. And number 2, there's a little part of you that doesn't really want it. I hate to tell you that, but there's this belief in there. And that the reason why you don't want it might be because you're afraid if you get it, you might be disappointed. It might not be what you wanted, or you won't feel worthy. There's all this noise going on in your head, right? So let's clear away some of that today, all right, on the show. Okay, now, I love what she said here in the article. Again, this is Felicia Binder's article. Put your money where your mouth is. Take your goals seriously in the 8 universal year. Your money moves could pay off handsomely with 2024's intense vibration of empowerment and manifestation. And now, so here's the time not to hold on to money, not to think small, not to be a minimalist, not to feel, have scarcity mindset. There's an anonymous quote. When you empty your pockets on your mind will always fill your pockets. This is the time to invest in you, to take you to the next level, whether that's hiring a coach or joining a community or taking courses or whatever that is. Invest in yourself. Do not be stingy with your money. Move your money, because what happens is The energy of money needs to flow in order for you to attract it. So be very, very conscious of that. If there's a level that you want to reach, then you are going to need to invest in yourself. Now, I invested this year, I got out of all my group coaching programs and I invested in a high level coach. I needed to invest in somebody who could help me get the vision of what I wanted with I Have Today to that next level. What I was doing wasn't going to get me there, right? So to be really smart, really strategic, and I invested mightily. And I have to tell you, I didn't know where it was going to come from. It was such a stretch for me. But oh my goodness, have I grown exponentially. And the opportunities and what has come from doing that is beyond my wildest dreams, beyond my imagination. And now I'm launching a television network. It's launching in a couple of months. That acceleration happened. I made the big move in this year. I'm going to make an even bigger move in the energy of an 8-year next year, and it's going to go into the stratosphere. I know it is. I know it is. So I'm sharing that story with you to show you that I am living proof when you do this, when you take that quantum leap, you have that trust, you take that leap of faith, you get out of your comfort zone, because the comfort zone stinks. It's never going to get you what you want. It's going to keep you getting exactly what you have. You will wake up a year from now with the same circumstances or worse. Because like the late great Bob Proctor used to say, you're either accelerating or you're disintegrating. There is no stagnancy. There isn't. Nothing is stagnant. So what are you going to do to really take that quantum leap, step up into your power, climb to a higher level to get everything you want? This is your one shot in this life. All you have is today, right? All you have is today. So what are you going to be doing differently in this next year that you haven't done in this year that's going to change your life? Now, let me share a couple more things before I get into the 3 topics of love, money, and health this year. Celebrate divine feminine power. Now, if you are watching this, there's an 82% chance that you're a woman because 82% of my viewers are women. And to the men out there who are watching this, I love you madly. I hope you get a lot of value out of this. And I'm assuming you love women too, and love empowered women who inspire and help you in your life. So I just wanted to share that. So the number 8 in numerology is also associated with divine feminine power. 2024 is an intensely powerful year, demanding that we all step into the world with our eyes and our hearts wide open. This is it. This is femininity power coming in as we, the age of Aquarius. This is the time to do it. I saw a Will Ferrell video on social media, and he was like, it's time. Like, ladies, take the wheel. Like, we're tired. We're done. We've been running the world for 10,000 years and we're screwing it up. Like, even men like that want us to step up into our power. This is the time to do it. It is so exciting. Okay, monetize and invest. So our material resources are governed by the number 8. And this universal year supports massive undertakings in how and what we monetize. It is time to monetize your genius, your brilliance, the things that are so automatic to you. I had a coaching call with a client this week. And we were talking about what's next for her. And I was sharing with her a similar strategy that I did with a different client where she was able to raise her rates and, make an incredible offer with all of her gifts and talents. Because here's the thing that I know, because I've been guilty of this too. We do things, we women, so matter-of-factly. Now, many of us are mothers, and those of us who aren't are sisters, aunts, friends. You have these instincts in you where you can do multiple things at once. You are the manager of your home. You are the general contractor of so many things in your life. And so we're able to do a lot. We're able to see the big picture. We're able to visualize a project, an idea, plan an event, whatever it is in life and, in business and in life, and be able to execute on it, right? We are so multi-talented. And so what happens is we tend to do a lot of things so matter-of-factly. So I was sharing a story with her about, I remember years ago when I worked in advertising, I worked at an agency, and the president of the agency gave me the $100 million budget to keep accounting for because no one else in the agency can do it. They would send me out on new business pitches because I would close the deal. They would send me to the media budget meetings for the Isuzu regional dealers because I would come back with double the budget. So all of these things. Now, I was a media supervisor at the time. At the time I left the agency, I was a media supervisor, okay? But I didn't get that title until after I was doing all of these things. I was doing that as a media, buyer and planner. I was doing all of these things. So these are all skills that I have, right? And I build 6 and 7 figure businesses for women all the time. I understand branding. I understand marketing. I understand messaging. I understand business strategy and development. And so for me to have a network launching, I understand what it takes to build these unique brands. So my point is, where I was going with this, with these 2 clients, is she had no idea that what she was doing, when we drilled it all down to like the number one takeaway that she's so good at, is she gives companies their go-to-market strategy. She knows how to put all the pieces together, and she would ask them these questions. Well, what's your go-to-market strategy? They didn't have them. So she's a channel connector, and she teaches them these go-to-market strategies. So what we did is we built her business. Now she is able to be a consultant for them versus coming in and doing the day-to-day grunt work of the sales and marketing strategy. She can train people on that. So what she's doing is she's building these go-to-market strategies. And as a result of what she's doing, she's getting a percentage of the business. It's no more a flat rate for a project. She has skin in the game. And I taught my other client the same thing. If you are helping them be more sustainable in their business and you're increasing profits and their businesses are growing by multiple 7 figures, you have skin in the game. That is fair compensation. They couldn't do this without you. Now, men would do this in a moment, right? Men, they do it all the time. It's a different way of thinking. So back to you having these gifts and talents that you do so matter-of-factly. Now it's time to take a look at it and get in the game and play bigger and play to win. Because if you don't ask for what you want, it's always going to be a no. So ask for what you want. They're going to benefit so much. All the people in your world, in your client base, in your community, in your partnerships are going to benefit by this. So that's something that I want you to take control of. All right, now let me share one more tip with her, and then I'll share our 3 strategies. She says this: share your wealth. I love this. Share your wealth and stimulate the economy by spending it with businesses and people whose values you support. The 8 is the symbol for infinity, and it symbolizes constant and consistent flow. The energy of money needs to flow to attract more of it. Now, this is something that Grant Cardone said that I'll never forget. Wildly successful. As soon as he gets money, he gets rid of it. He zeroes out all his liquidity every single month. At the time that I heard this, he was generating, I think he his personal profit was, I think, $400,000 a month, right? That's a lot of money, right? Profit for him. And he would take that money and he would put it right back out. He would invest it in another real estate. He always moved the money back out, because the way the energy flows, what we put out comes back to us tenfold, 100-fold, 1,000-fold. I'm not kidding. Now, so you want to keep the money moving. I just got some large sums of money. I immediately moved the money back out. I immediately, paid whoever I needed to pay. I just hired somebody. I immediately moved the money back out, because I understand this concept. This goes back to the taking risks and getting uncomfortable, right? You've got to be moving and making different decisions if you want to reach that higher level. Hey, Danny, thank you so much. Thanks for sharing this out. So powerful. So we want to tap into that. So I want to thank Felicia Bender. I'm going to find you and follow you on social media, because this article had great takeaways. And I hope you guys just got a lot of great takeaways from that. But now I want to shift our gears into how you're going to do this in love, in money, and health in the new year. Okay, so if you can write this down or save this video or save this episode, watch it later. If you're catching this as a podcast, same thing. Save it, listen to it later. So what I want you to do is, on a piece of paper, I want you to have 3 separate sheets of paper. One's going to be titled love, one's going to be titled money, and one's going to be titled health. Now, what I want you to do on this is I want you to write down what worked. Look back on this year at everything you've done, and I want you to write what worked in love. Now, if you're not in a relationship, I want you to focus on all the love in your life, all the relationships, your children, your family, your friends, different partnerships that came into your life, and most importantly, yourself. Where did you love yourself? What worked for you? I did an episode a few weeks back. If you didn't catch it, now I can't remember what I titled it, but it was something like how you can quickly and permanently lose weight. And I shared a journey how I lost 20 pounds in 10 weeks. Well, now I lost 25, like it's continuing to get better. And I attributed it to, the first thing I attributed to was obviously mindset, but I stopped referring to my parts of my body that I didn't like. And I started referring to my body as her. Okay. So what I would say on this list, and by the way, that worked incredibly well. I love her hair. I love her eyes. I love her arms. I love her feet. I love her legs. I love her butt. I love her boobs. Whole thing. I would love, love, love. And as soon as I say that right now, my body's vibrating. She's receiving it. So I made it a separate thing. So I would put that under love as something that worked for me this year. Another thing that worked for me was intermittent fasting. Again, back to self-love. Another thing that worked is getting 100 grams of protein a day. Another thing that worked is I did a lot of shadow work this year. And oh my God, the stuff I released. So you see where I'm going with this? That was just me focusing on me for a few minutes. And so what other things worked for you? Start listing it. You have got to celebrate every one of those things. Every one of those things is something to celebrate. If you change the time that you go to bed and you made it an earlier time and you've been consistent with that, that worked. Celebrate that. But then I want you to do what didn't. Okay? So the next section on that page is what didn't work. Where did you fall from grace, as Dr. Joe Dispenza says? What didn't work for you in love this year? Okay, so back to me. All right, so I would say in romantic love. Well, what didn't work is I didn't put myself out there. I went on a date like in January. I was like gung ho for the year, and then things switched, and I put all my energy and attention on the business. That's when I got out of the coaching programs, hired the high level consultant, and my energy went there. And so remember what I said at the beginning of the show? Like, if it's not in your life, then you probably really don't want it anyway. So I think that's where it was. It's like, I must not really want this because I'm not giving this attention. So it necessarily may not have worked, and there may have been a good reason. What didn't work is not your place to judge yourself. That's your place to, I'm getting the thumbs up. That's your place to look at and assess, well, if this didn't happen, why didn't this happen? And did I really want this? And do I really want this? Like, this is just you taking a 50,000 foot view for you, right? What didn't work and why didn't it? Now, the last part of that page is I want you to set your intention or intentions. And I'm saying intentions deliberately because I don't want you to write some affirmation in the past tense as if it's already happened, unless you want to do that and that works for you. I would rather you set the intention for it and then write what that is. So I intend to find my soulmate or be in a relationship or have a boyfriend. You know, I think one of the things I did was like, I want to be married to my soulmate. I skipped the whole dating part, right? So like, what is that for you? Whoa. And spirit just rushed through me. Oh my God, I just got lightheaded. Yeah, I can feel like him coming too. They like that I switched it to boyfriend. That's what I just heard them say. How funny is that? Right? So what is that for you in romantic love, in self-love, in relationships? I intend to have a close, loving relationship with my children this year. We've had a lot of months this year. So I intend for that next year. What is that for you? Okay. And it's okay, whatever it is, but keep in mind that we are leaping. We are getting out of the comfort zone. We are taking advantage of this fantastic 8-year energy, this universal year that has so much power, so much abundance, so much infinite potential, so many manifestation qualities to it. We are playing the game of life. You know what? We're doing it. So now what I want you to do is I want you to do the same thing for money and for health. So for money, what worked this year? Did you create a new product? Did you put yourself out there more? Did you raise your rates? Did you change jobs? Did you change careers? What worked in money? Did you save more money? Did you get rid of some of your debt? All that worked. All of that stuff is good. So what worked for you in money this year? And maybe you learned a new skill. Maybe you started a new savings account. Whatever you did, what worked? Because remember, money is energy. Everything is energy. But your relationship with money and how you feel about it is going to be 100% dependent on how much you attract or repel into your life. So love it all. Whatever good you did with it, whatever abundance you saved. Here's one thing that happened with me this year. I changed my phone company from one company to another company. I went with my cable and Wi-Fi company with my mobile service. And what happened is they reduced my bills so much that my phone is free for a year. So I got out of the other account that I had, and there was 2 lines on that account, and wiped that out. I saved $4,000 this year by making that one decision. So those kinds of things, where did you make changes and count that money as savings? That's abundance. Think of all those little things, right? And then what didn't work? What happened with your money this year that you wish was a better situation, right? Did maybe you accrue more debt? You were trying to get out, pay off credit cards and you ended up not being able to do that, or you had to buy a new car, or something broke, something in your house broke, whatever happened that way. And again, this is not to feel bad about it, right? If you are here watching me right now, you have everything you need. You are 100% safe. You have breath in your lungs. I'm sure you slept in a bed. I'm sure you've had water today. Maybe you haven't had food yet, but you will. You literally have everything you need. Do not beat yourself up about decisions about money. I know that's easy for me to say and harder to do, but the faster you change your relationship with money, and remember that it is supposed to flow. It's okay. It is okay to have debt. I mean, my goodness. I shared this story with somebody the other day. Did you know that Jeff Bezos was $12 million in debt as he was creating Amazon? $12 million before he started it and started to get traction with it. And now look at him, right? Now, whether you want to be like him or not, I don't judge. But my point is, your dreams, your goals, and your desires matter. And we all only have today. We don't know how much time we're going to have. And I want you to play this game of life to win. And I want you to do this in 2024. I want you to make the quantum leaps to the things that you want. I want you to look back at your life a year from now, and it is completely unrecognizable. You've stepped so much into your power. You are waking up every day pinching yourself because your life is so extraordinary. That's what I want for you. And I want it for me too. I want us to be able to do all of this together. So keep that in mind as you're doing this. So then the last part, the third part is, I intend to. What do you intend to change about money? Now, you don't have to be realistic. I want you to set a goal. I have 3 levels of goals. I can't say the third one out loud because my show is clean. But the first one is your peace of mind number. It's your POM. What is that number that makes you feel like, oh my gosh, if I had this money coming in every month, when I have this money coming in every month, I'm going to have peace of mind. I got money to take care of myself. Hey, Joyce, nice to see you. I have money to provide for my life, and I've got a little bit extra over, right? Peace of mind number. The second number is the OMG, like, oh my God, this is so great. I have all this money, all my responsibilities is taken care of, and I still have all this money. And then the third number is the HFS number. Holy, and yes, that's like, oh my God, I have so much freaking money. I don't even know what to do with this, right? Have those 3 levels of money numbers for you. What are they? Because the universe needs the target. We want to be able to give the universe the directive, right? Well, this amount would be great. I'll just use random numbers. Well, if I had $10,000 a month, that would be a peace of mind number for me. I would feel like I can take care of all my responsibilities. I can take care of some debt, and I can also have money left over for fun, and okay. And then maybe 20,000 is the, oh my God number. Like, not only is 10,000 great, now I just doubled it. Now I can start sucking some money away or make some investments. And then maybe the HFS number is $50,000, right? Or 40,000, whatever. And you're like, oh my God, this is amazing. Whatever it is, right? Give the universe the target and the direction for you. All right. So set your intentions for your money. Now, last section is your health. So do the same process, just like we did with love and just like we did with money. So your health accelerator is going to be what worked, what didn't, and I intend to. Okay. Now, if you want more information on this, what I'm going to advise you to do is you can, this is 3 areas of life. In my desired life assessment, I cover all 8 of them. And we take a look at where you are right now and then where you want to be 1 to 3 years from now. So if that's something that interests you, then go to my website, dianeforster.com, /shop, and it's in the shop page. So something super great to do this time of year as we're getting ready to set ourselves up for success in the next year, tapping into the 8 universal year. So, all right. Well, that's what I want you to do. And so what I want to end with is with a very quick mantra meditation. And I'm going to shorten this up. I'm not going to do all the all the things that I normally do with it. I'm going to make this a abbreviated version for you. But I want you to leave this show feeling better now at the end than you did at the beginning. So if you're driving, obviously you can't close your eyes. But for everybody else, turn off your devices, your distractions, close your eyes. And I want you to take a deep breath in through your nose for the count of 4, pull it all the way down to your root chakra, and then blow it out for the count of 8. And we'll do that 2 times. Then just listen to my words. Okay, you ready? Close your eyes, breathe in for the count of 4, pull it all the way down, and count to 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And breathe it out for 8. Do that one more time. Breathe in for 4, pull it all the way down, and hold it for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathe it out. I have today to love my life. Something really good is going to happen to me today. I can feel it. Miracles big and small, I notice them all. Yes, 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 thank you. I have today to play the game of life and win. I am going to tap into the fantastic 8 universal year energy as we close out this year. I am going to look back and reflect on my love, my money, my health, and find out what worked and what didn't, and set powerful intentions for this upcoming year. I'm going to be crystal clear. I am going to take quantum leaps. I am going to get out of my comfort zone because I know I do not want to wake up a year from now living in the same reality that I'm living in right now. And the only way for me to do that is to get out of my comfort zone, is to invest in myself, to put money out into the universe, that when I invest in my mind will always fill my pockets, that I am going to stretch myself. I'm going to make intentional moves. I'm going to use power plays. I am going to tap into this fantastic feminine energy. I'm going to celebrate my feminine power. I'm going to be okay when things start to crumble around me, knowing that this is part of the process. In order for the change to happen, things are going to have to disintegrate, and I'm going to ride the wave and trust and know that is what's supposed to happen. And I'm going to share my wealth of knowledge, my wealth of information, my wealth of talents, my wealth of money with the world, because all of that wealth energy needs to flow to attract more of it. I am so grateful for this life. I am so grateful for this today. I am going to be living so intentionally from this day, from this moment, from now on. And so it is. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You can open your eyes. I hope that felt good. I'm so proud of you. I love you so much. Thank you again for being here. Make sure to follow me on social media at Diane Forster Official. And I Have Today with Diane Forster. Our new television network is launching in just a few months. I Have Today TV. It's the first personal development and transformation network for women over 40. So if that's you and you are a powerful leader, you're a professional or an expert at what you do, and you're interested in finding out about hosting, or you're a viewer and you want to find out more information, you can email the team at admin@Diane Forster to learn more about that. So I look forward to seeing you next time. Have a beautiful today, and we'll see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.